Will the U.S. take the Panama Canal back, and is Trump justified in doing so? In my opinion, he is. The Panamanians have broken the treaty many times over. They have pretty much sold out to the Chinese. They have allowed the Chinese to develop all the ports. They have even sold the Chinese the island at the entrance of the canal. 70% of all the writings Chinese. And I think there's the largest Chinese population in Latin America is in Panama. And, you know, they're building this under civilian guise, but if there's a conflict, any Chinese company is essentially owned by the Chinese government. And Trump is in the real world. He realizes that the U.S. hegemony is coming to an end, and we're going to be living in a multipolar world with the Chinese and the Russians, and that we can't be asleep at the wheel with, you know, what's going on. And if there is a conflict, the Panama Canal is going to be a major flashpoint. And it is probably better to take control of it now, remilitarize it, protect it, air defenses, than have to try to take it back in a conflict. And if you don't know, the U.S. built the canal. It was one of the most expensive projects in the world. Tens of thousands of people died. And Jimmy Carter gave it away for $1 back to the Panamanians, which have soon, you know, been bribed and corrupted by the Chinese. What does it mean for Panama if the canal is taken back by the U.S.? It will most likely collapse their economy. I've been going on there for years. They had a big casino industry. They taxed that. They ruined that. They had a big expat industry with the Panama Friendly Nations visa. They got rid of that. All the expats disappeared. Then COVID happened. They had the worst lockdowns in Latin America. The remaining expats left. And, you know, the economy just has not been managed well. And they have a bloated government, you know, expenditure. Like, there's some crazy stat where 60% of all employees are government employees. So if the canal revenue disappears, you will see a huge recession, depression in Panama, because they are highly dependent on that income. But, you know, I think, you know, this might not be bluster with all the stuff going on in the world, that they actually might take it back, and this isn't negotiating. And I think Trump is actually very serious about the canal and Greenland. So we will see what happens.